Good evening, everybody. This is Stevie J from Glove Up or Shut Up at AngryMarks.com with your World Series of Fighting 2 recap, and the opening bout was Jesus Cavalcante versus Justin Gaethje. This fight was stopped at 2:27 of the first round when Gaethje opened up so many cuts with elbows that the doctors decided it was not safe for Cavalcante to continue. So Gaethje wins the opener on NBC Sports via TKO due to a doctor's stoppage, and Cavalcante says he would be happy to do a rematch at World Series of Fighting 3. Speaking of which, the next fight was Josh Berkman and Aaron Simpson, with the winner supposedly facing John Fitch, but Berkman had other plans. He ended this fight at 3:04 of the first round with a perfectly timed knee to the face of Simpson that left him unconscious. The shots on the ground were academic after that. The stoppage was a good one. And Berkman said that Fitch needed to get a win in the World Series of Fighting, and then he would be willing to face Fitch. But he didn't want to face him right away. So Berkman was actually turning down the fight that had been proposed on commentary and in the build-up to Simpson versus Berkman. But Fitch will probably be facing him at some point down the road, whether it's immediately or whether Fitch has to take a win before he gets that fight. Our third bout of the evening was a rather one-sided ass-kicking. Palo played the role of human punching bag and got worked over for 15 minutes by David Branch. One of the judges gave around 10-8. I would have actually done two 10-8s because the second and third round were totally uncompetitive. Figlio just laid there and took a whipping. In fact, if I was in Figlio's corner, I probably would have thrown in the towel about a minute into the third round. It was just no good. Figlio took way more of a beating than was necessary. He didn't look like anything from his prime days as a fighter. He should probably retire or do jiu-jitsu tournaments, something other than fighting in a cage. 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26, unanimous decision, David Branch. Our fourth bout of the night ended at 2:55 of the first round when Marlon Moraes caught Tyson Nam with a kick to the temple, and once he grazed him, he finished it up with some big left hands on the ground, and the referee was forced to step in and save Nam from further damage. So Marlon Moraes picks up two big wins into a World Series of Fighting events, one over Miguel Torres and one over Tyson Nam, the man who defeated Eduardo Dantes in Brazil. That moves us on to the main event, Andrei Arlovski versus Anthony Rumble Johnson. To be honest, this one was perplexing at times because Johnson was winning on the feet, and then he would go for takedowns once he had Arlovski rocked. Why is that perplexing? Because Arlovski would stuff every single one of them. By the second round, his corner was yelling at him to stay on the feet, stand up and trade, but he just kept going for those takedowns every time he had Arlovski hurt. The closest he came to finishing it was at the end of round one. Arlovski probably got saved by the bell in that case. Johnson even threw up his hands in victory, thinking he'd won it right there, but it was just the referee signaling that the end of the round had come and they had to go back to their corners. So, in the end, Arlovski is unable to turn the tables on Anthony Rumble Johnson and loses a unanimous 29-28, all three judges scoring it for Johnson. That's your World Series Fighting 2 recap. I'm Stevie J.